Hey folks, welcome to Seawaywhiskywire. I am back with another first impression video tonight, folks. This time we are looking at Balvenie 14-year-old, the week of Peat. So go watch the intro, come on back, and I'll let you know what I think of this release from Balvenie. Stick around, guys. Well, hey folks, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and tonight at the bar, I'm very excited to share with you my first impressions on the Balvenie 14-year-old, the week of Peat. And yes, this is the first Balvenie I have reviewed, mentioned, or tried on the channel. So that's pretty crazy to me, but we're going to start off with the week of Peat here. And this was sent over to me by One Woman Whiskey. Miriam, thank you very much for sending this over to the channel for me to take a look at. I'm not going to lie, I've been looking at this bottle for a while, trying to figure out when the best time was to crack into it. Starting to get a little chillier out there, and the wintertime is starting to be upon us here in the Seaway, so I thought this would be a great compliment to the changing of the seasons here in the Seaway, so thank you so much for sending this over to the channel. What can I tell you guys about this release here from Balvenie? So Balvenie, the week of Peat, is a 14-year-old release from Balvenie. It is matured exclusively in ex-bourbon casks, comes in it with an ABV stamp of 48.3% ABV, non-chill filtered, no color added, just the way we like it. And, you know, as the story goes, for 1 week out of the year, Balvenie switches out their normal Speyside malt for a peated malt from Speyside as well. And they produce this expression, 14 years of age with a natural presentation. I'm so looking forward to it because I've never tried it. And again, I haven't had a Balvenie on the channel yet, which is still crazy for me to say. I really got to try and crack more down into the Balvenie stuff because I do like some of the stuff from Balvenie. It's been a while since I've had it, but I have yet to have this one. So this is definitely going to be my first impressions of the Balvenie 14-year-old week of Peat. So I've already poured it out. It's been hanging around in the bar for about 25 minutes here or so, 30 minutes or so. We'll go in and have a look at the liquid here. Very nice and light. Nice golden color there. And again, natural presentation from this release from Balvenie. 48.3% ABV. Beautiful bright gold color on the week of Peat, 14-year-old. Very nice. Let's check out the nose because, you know, it's been hanging around the bar here. I can definitely get some beautiful aromas off, but I have yet to stick my nose right in it. So hopefully you got something good in your glass with me and drinking along, as I usually encourage you guys to do when I'm testing stuff out or tasting stuff out, especially first impression videos. So let's dive into the nose on the Balvenie, the week of Peat, 14 years of age. On the nose. It's good dose of peat in there. Very traditional Speyside peat, earthy barnyard, a little bit of grass fire in there, hay fire. Behind that, beautiful ripe apples, green Granny Smith apples, vanilla, some lovely clover honey, caramel notes, maybe a little bit of tobacco at the back end, some melon, some apricots. Very nice. Get your nose in there, nothing off-putting, even at 48%, very smooth, 48.3%. Wow. Yeah, very nice. The last Balvenie I had, I think, was the Doublewood, and that was a while ago. This is definitely a step up from that. Not in sweetness, but just in overall aromas and profiling character. Lots going on here from this release here. I can get a little bit of acidity there, maybe a little bit of balsamic or apple cider vinegar in there as well. Very nice. All right. Well, you know, I've been waiting long enough for this. Thanks again, Miriam, for sending this over the channel. One Woman Whiskey, appreciate it so much. Yeah. Hopefully you got something good in your glass. Let's get into the palate and see what I can grab out of this on my first impressions of the week of Peat, the Balvenie 14-year-old, the week of Peat. Hopefully you got something good in your glass. So slanja to your health, and let's get into it. Lovely stuff from Balvenie. First off, nice and oily in the mouth. Not super oily, but it does hang on to the walls of your mouth there, roof of your mouth. Pretty decent transformation. I'm getting some beautiful bits of vanilla. I get some bourbon-esque notes in there too, some caramel notes, some honey. I got that nice dose of apple, that Granny Smith green ripe apple there. Go for one more sip. very smooth, nothing off-putting. 48%, not singeing me, nothing like that. Nothing alcoholic or anything like that. There's a tad of bitterness in the back end, but it's complementary with the peat that's in there. The peat is very reminiscent of like a Benromic style peat, more of that. It's that Speyside peat, that barnyard. Like I said, it's kind of more of a hayfield fire. There's a little bit of bitterness in there, but just a little bit at the back end. You get all that fruit, vanilla, and character up at the front there, and then past the bitterness is some nice spice, some clove, some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of white pepper, black pepper spice on it there. I'm gonna go in for another sip because I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, the peat is it's not overly peated. It's probably, somewhere in that vicinity of, I don't know, 25 to 30 ppm. Nothing crazy, but it does complement and does round out all that sweetness that's in there, and that little bit of bitterness and that little bit of spiciness at the back end is just a great one there. And 14 years of age on this one, where can you go wrong? The only place I would kind of exercise caution is the price point of this one. Last I checked, it's over $200, I believe, here in Ontario. I don't know what it is out west. I didn't really look it up, but I think that'd be the only kind of thing. But, if you like Balvenie and you want to try something a little bit different here, I've heard great things about their Caribbean rum cask. I'd love to try that one. But this one here with the Week of Peat is very unique and very interesting. And again, they're only doing it once a week, 1 week out of the year. So I think that's pretty cool. Definitely worth a try. So thank you, Miriam, for sending this over. Really appreciate it. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of this here because, I don't know when the next time is I'm going to have another try. But yeah, very nice, very good. And there you have it. That's my first impressions of the Balvenie 14-year-old, the Week of Peat from the Speyside region of Scotland. Thanks again, Miriam, for sending this over to the channel for me to take a look at. And if you guys like what we're doing here at seawaywhiskywire, you guys know the drill. Like and subscribe down below. And hey, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at seawaywhiskywire for more content. And if you guys are still hanging around this long in the video, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Love coming down to the basement after a long day's work, trying something different, cracking into something that I haven't tried ever, and sharing my first thoughts and opinions with you guys on a sample here, especially a nice scotch like this Balvenie 14-year-old, and peated version of it at 48.3% here. Just when it's starting to get cold here in the Seaway, let's be frank, it's a real treat. So take care, all the best, and I'll see you around. Bye for now, guys.